I'm back. This is the 3-month catch-up video to kind of check in about what I've been doing over the last little while and how my PhD is going since I last spoke to you guys. So I focused a lot before on the kind of atmosphere in the Netherlands doing a PhD, scientific PhDs in general, and publications. So since then, 3 of my colleagues that are also in my group doing PhDs, they're finishing, so I'm like the only PhD student left, so that's kind of daunting. So I've been to a couple of PhD defences again here. Some of them have been in Dutch, so following the kind of scientific questions in a different language, even though I'm learning it, is a little bit difficult, but it gets a kind of idea of the types of questions that I would be asked, because they're obviously in my field, in my department. And I found that I could follow kind of the things I'll be expected to answer, so that's nice. I was published, well, I wasn't published, a colleague of mine was published, and I worked on some of the research in that paper, so I was like 4th author or something like that, so it's not a huge deal, but I was really happy that my name's on something, and some of my work that I had been doing has kind of culminated in something, because a lot of the time so far it's felt like negative results, and I haven't really been able to apply it to something further, so that's been really positive. We had a collaborator meeting in London, which was 2 of the labs that we work with in the UK and our lab in the Netherlands coming together to discuss future projects, future collaborations and things we'd be working on. So one of the ideas is that I go to Sheffield and work on some cell culture stuff with them, which will be really interesting. So I'll be doing that in the coming months. We've been discussing future projects that I'll be doing with some postdocs here. So I've started a new project on proteomics, which I haven't done before, so I'm learning some new techniques with that, which will be really interesting. But in order to do some of these things, we've had to set up a new cell culture lab. You have to have different gradings for cell culture. So you have kind of, depending on the types of microorganisms you're working with, for the level of safety it needs to be in tune with, so you need different licenses for different rooms that have certain airflow requirements and the ability to have a sink in there, blah blah blah. So I have been in charge of buying new, well, not buying, but ordering new equipment and everything we need to set up an ML2 lab. So the equipment's just arriving now, so we're setting up a flow hood, new microscope, everything in this new room, and then I'll have me and one other lab will be sharing this this ML2 cell culture laboratory. So I'll be doing my work in a new place, which will be interesting. It's on the 24th floor of the Erasmus building, so you get a really good view, so that's nice. So everything's kind of pausing right now in terms of my projects, because it's the summer holidays for a lot of the people coming up. I've been doing some of the new cell culture, and I'll be taking 2 weeks off to move into a new flat in a few weeks. So until then I'm trying to kind of wrap up some of the stuff and freeze some of my cell lines so that I can take these 2 weeks and not have to come in too often, because I'll be staying in Rotterdam, but I won't be in work as much. And because some of the other people in my group are then moving on and leaving, we'll be having a lot of social gatherings and parties and things over the summer, so that's going to be really nice. It's been pretty good weather, so barbecues, and the whole of Erasmus does a picnic in the park where we got given lots of really nice food, and you go and sit on the nice picnic tables and get some free drinks and free food and sit in the sunshine, so that was really nice. We also went on a PhD retreat, so it was it's a collaboration between the genetics and clinical genetic departments of the Erasmus MC and the Leiden University Medical Centre, LUMC, in Leiden, obviously. And we get together once a year for a conference, and once a year for just a seminar day where it's just talks from different people. But the conference was this year in Dortmund in Germany, So we went to Dortmund and we went skiing in this indoor like skiing place. I'd never been skiing before, so that was really fun. And we went on that activities day, and we had 3 keynote speakers who are kind of more less to do with our specific niches or subjects, and more a general interesting science that's been going on in the Netherlands or Germany or Belgium. And we present posters or talks of our work. So I presented a poster of one of the projects that I was working on this year, and I think it went quite well. Someone in our department won the poster competition, and then we have all of the third and fourth year PhD students give presentations, 20-minute presentations, and then they're judged as well and graded. So next year at the retreat I'll be giving a presentation, so that'll be interesting. I hope I've got some concrete results by then. So in general, the last 3 months has been pretty full on. I've been back and forward between here in the UK for the collaborations, and working pretty full on the cell culture and trying to get everything set up for the summer. So as well as the conferences and stuff, it's been a lot of time in the lab, which has been really good. I've got some other new stuff that I'm working on, so hopefully in this 6-month catch up I'll be able to tell you more about my cell work if it's kind of got any results. Maybe I could show you some pictures, we'll decide then. Anyway, so that's just a little brief overview of what I've been doing, and I'll see you in another 3 months. Bye.